I mentioned a moment ago the fastest growing crime in America is jugging.
Yeah.
This is a fact?
No. That is not a fact.
I didn't think so.
Crime's a strong word, isn't it?
Well, jugging is maybe not what you think it is. It's not Dave Aiken's idea of jugging.
I thought that was your couple's weekend. Thought y'all did a little jugging down there.
I thought jugging was blowing into a jug.
No. My
It's
wife,
old country.
My wife told me about this. I came home one day last week, and she said, "Are you seeing this about jugging?" And I said, "Oh, I'm very interested. Let's do something here." She goes, "Jugging is the worst thing you're going to hear about all day." Jugging. What happens is, I don't know why they call it that, but it's been going on through Texas, and now it's starting to spread across the country. It started in Texas, they think. At least 82 victims so far this year in Austin, Texas, alone. You go to the bank, you have a transaction, whether it be at the ATM or inside the bank, and someone in the parking lot follows you home and takes your bag, your wallet, whatever it is, to your home and basically mugs you in your driveway because they know you've got money on you if you made a transaction at the bank. They watch you at the ATM, get money, and then they follow you home away from the bank so there's no cameras and grab you.
With our schedule, we're kind of fortunate, but I don't like getting money out of an ATM after the sunset.
Is that right?
I've always felt that way.
Really?
Well, think about it. You're at your most vulnerable. I mean, you could drive away.
You're right, yeah.
You're just stuck, parked in front of this.
Well, usually you think about it at the ATM, but now people are literally following you home. And they say people don't notice that they're being followed home, and then all of a sudden they're in their driveway and somebody clocks you on the back of the head and takes your stuff.
Jugging.
Jugging is what they call it. They say to avoid it, be most alert while you're in the parking lot of the bank.
Is it a combination of words like blank and mugging? What's the J word?
That's a good question. I don't know, but it is a follow home. Biggie was yawning.
That's brainstorming.
He was.
I was just thinking
he was brawning. Sorry about that. He just brawled right in our face,
right in your camera.
Big open mouth brawn. That's right.
I was just thinking how if they followed me, they'd be sorely disappointed. They'd hit me over the head and be like, "What'd you get out of the ATM?" Nothing.
It's just transferring funds, baby.
They say to lock your car doors when you get in your vehicle, go all the way home, sit in your vehicle, and look around.
Oh, come on.
That's what they say.
All right.
They say look around and make sure you haven't been followed. If you believe you are being followed, call 911. Tell them to meet you at your house.
Yeah.
You think you're being followed there. They do say that. Also, they say speak to security at your bank to see if anyone's been jugged.
There's no security at my bank. Have you been to the bank? Security.
If anyone's been jugged around there, you could be next. You report it back to you.
We'd like you to jug through the app now, please. We've moved all of our jugging to the app.
There's no brick and mortar jugging anymore.
No.
Nobody brick and mortar.
No, we do online jugging. Heroin Scott, you're talking about banks now in this new crime. Go ahead.
This has got mostly happened to just ultra-rich people that got more money and they got common sense. Because anytime I go to the bank, I'm a working-class citizen. I'm checking all around me, making sure there's nobody around me. If there's a car in the parking lot and somebody in it, I don't go to that ATM. Unless, it's a cop or something.
Right.
But,
really,
yeah,
make sure not to.
Yeah.
But this is...
You don't go to an are you saying you won't go to an ATM if there's another car in line?
One behind me.
Really?
Like if there's one parked in the parking lot, if there's somebody in front of me, yeah, I'll go in behind them.
Okay.
But I ain't going there if there's just some car parked at my bank sitting there. Maybe they are just counting their money, but I don't know that.
I got you. Okay.
But this is regular business hours. This is like broad daylight, and the guy could be sitting in the, fast food parking lot next door.
Yeah.
I do that. I'm sitting around. They may think maybe they think I'm jugging.
Oh, yeah, because you are eating next
I'm
door.
Eating at the store, at the,
Just staring at the line of people going through.
Yeah, you're certainly not at the bank.
No, it's right next to the bank.
It's not that little cash points out there.
Any of the cash points.
Yes, I sit there a lot.
The biggest jip.
And look around. They probably think I'm doing the jugging.
Yeah.
Anonymous, you're talking about jugging. Go ahead.
Yeah, okay. So I've been clean now for like 3 years. But back when I used to have to go to the ATM right up the road from my drug dealer's house. So I got some money out of the ATM, and a dude followed me all the way back to my dope man's house. And when he got there, he tried to rob me, but my dope man came out with a gun and ran him off.
No
This
kidding.
is probably like 4 or 5 years ago. Yep.
Wow. You're lucky.
I'm glad you're alive.
Your dirt man was looking out for you.
Dope man.
Dope man.
Dope. I thought she said dirt. I'm sorry. I thought you call it a dirt man. I apologize. A dope man.
No.
Your dope man was looking out for you. Did you
Narc. Narc.
I think I found the dope man.
let me ask you a
Shut
question.
the doors. It's a narc. Don't give him anything.
You've been jugged. You have been jugged before.
Attempted jugging,
Yeah,
yeah.
that was attempted jugging. Let me ask you this. Now, they always say I would not be a good drug dealer because I always say I would give change. Did your drug dealer give change if you had large bills?
I mean, yeah. I mean, it just depended. I mean, if I only got a little bit, yeah, he's going to give me the change back.
I got
How about
you.
that?
Yeah, he did.
Okay, thank you.
But we were also very close, so.
Okay.
Oh, wow.
And is he still in the business, or are you? Once you
You looking for one?
I mean, no. I'm just saying.
I really don't know.
Yeah.
Because I've been clean for like 3 years now, but.
Good for you.
Good for you for 3 years.
That's
Keep it up.
awesome. Congratulations, and thank you very much, Anonymous. Appreciate it.
How about that? Heroin Scott
Yeah.
and her call back to back.
Back to back. That's two
Both
former
clean.
drug users. Yeah.
And frankly, a real toss-up on who's worse during that call. You thinking it's the dirt man. Yeah. Or Dave making it sexual with the dealer. We were really close. Yeah.
Hey,
Here's your change.
I'll tell you right now.
Oh, yeah.
Sometimes people fall short.
Let's make addiction sexy today, okay?
Sometimes you deal with what you got to deal with.
You both made it dirty.
It's true. Oh, my
You got enough cash. You want the goods.
You're right. I am so I apologize. Good gracious. Oh, and by the way, you have not seen Terminator 2 until you've seen it on an edible. Oh my God. I just watched T2 on an edible.
Liquid metal, bro.
Oh my God. And I told Chris, I made Chris Demm watch T2 this weekend. Not all of it. Not all of
Thankfully,
it.
my record is intact, but I saw more than I hoped.
He walked in 10% into. He probably saw 80% of that movie.
Who picked that?
Oh, my friend Coop and I. We picked. It was a rainy day. Of course, we had rain.
I mean, the hurricane was literally
Hurricane
blowing
was
through.
there. We watched before you got there. Obviously, we started with Top Gun Maverick, and then we went to Shawshank, and then we went to Fugitive, and then we went to Old School, and then by the end of the night,
I
Terminator.
saw Titanic was on. when I came in.
Titanic, and then Terminator 2.
Unending.
Could not have been a better day.
Some long form movies.
Could not have been a better day. Had them all on, all my favorites, and this was my Amazon.
Well, the very next day, now I don't know what your friend was imbibing, the
Oh, I don't know.
the filmmaker,
I don't know.
but he did not join us on the beach until well past lunch.
That's right.
And we said, where were you? He said, well, I had to finish watching Roadhouse.
Really?
That's right.
Roadhouse.
Swayze.
And then he said, and I watched Maverick again.
Again. We'd already seen it the day before. God, Maverick is so good. Roadhouse, I've never seen. I had to break that to him.
Oh, really?
I have not seen Roadhouse now.
Well, once is enough. It was for me.
He told
Yeah.
me it keeps growing on him. It's better and
Roadhouse.
better.
Oh, it's so bad.
It's bad acting.
He said it keeps getting better and better. Speaking of entertainment now, this is kind of...
As do the edibles.
Yeah.
I don't know if you want to track the two lines on the graph.
That helps.
Yes. There was an incident at a Lil Nas X concert. Now, I don't know Lil Nas X.
You know Old Town Road.
I know Old Town Road. That's all I know from Lil Nas X. But he was doing a show and apparently went backstage for a longer period of time than people expected. And so he made an announcement that he was in the bathroom.
Well, I'm backstage, and this is like not a part of the show, but I'm taking a mean so please keep me. But I'm gonna need like a minute or two, and I'll be right back.
He said, I'm taking a dump backstage. And he made that announcement. He said,
That went over the loudspeaker
went
in
over
the
yes,
arena?
Yes, he did that. And the crowd was like, you know, that is.
Did we woo?
I mean,
Unnecessary?
I didn't think you really needed to say that, you know. As you know, what did you call a panic poo? I've taken many panic poos
Several.
in my time.
Yeah, but once the show is underway, typically your system calms down, and that means, and that's in all performing arts,
yes.
athletics, music, what
So
have you.
I didn't feel the need to make the announcement that I had taken a panic poo to an audience, you know, before.
I don't know if this is accurate, but I think I did see the headline. I think it was Barstool. You know, DK Metcalf, the NFL star.
Yeah.
He was carted off the field. I don't know if it was yesterday or the last time they played because I've been kind of out of the loop.
Oh, really?
But he was carted off the field simply to take a dump. He didn't want to walk.
Yeah.
So he got a ride down the tunnel
Is
to
that
take
true?
a dump
Yes.
in uniform.
Is that true?
Yeah, and
didn't wanna-
and everyone's like, "What's wrong? He's being carted off with this with help." It's like, what?
He didn't want to unclench.
He went unclenched, and there was no one on the cart with him. It was just the driver.
Yeah,
And him and his pads.
just riding along.
Just riding along.
Helmet on.
He couldn't walk out of there.
On the side.
And some people probably thought he had a knee injury.
Yes.
So he got
It's like,
carted.
what's happening to our star?
Yeah, he's our best receiver. He's a great
Yeah.
receiver. Holy cow. I did not know that.
Can't receive clenched.
No, you can't. You got to get in there.
You gotta loosen it.
You got to go over the middle?
Yes.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Forget about
Get
it.
knocked out of you.
Wide open.
Pete Carroll's brother. Where's DK? what's going on with DK?
DK, get in.
Here's another.
He's not here, coach.
You talk about audio you will not forget today. Apparently, two pieces. Kristen pointed this out to me. There is there's a network called Vice. I don't watch it. I guess they do a lot of documentaries and undercover interviews.
Yeah, it's kind of different sort of news, different
Yeah.
stories.
You ever watch, Biggie? You're a Vice.
Oh yeah, yeah. They put on several good shows I like.
So they did an interview with a rehabbing sex offender, and Kristen said, make sure you watch this piece of a video to the end. There was a rehabbing sex offender, and basically they were saying, well, what keeps you going now that he's out of jail, he's rehabbing. And he would say, it's my family that keeps me going.
Yeah, he wants to show the world that he's not a sex offender.
He's
He's
changed.
a human. He's ready to be part of society.
And so I said to Kristen, this is really nice. And Kristen said, well, let it play all the way to the end.
Did you play to the end? He said no.
You got to play it to the end. This is the interview with a rehabbing sex offender.
We all out here in this world, and we all got to make it happen, and ain't nothing stopping me. So, I'm very hopeful and confident.
After this interview, Ashif sent a picture of his penis to our producer.
Ah, sheaf.
My God.
I mean, you hear him, he's like,
I thought we had a connection. The way you're putting up the lights and everything, I thought you needed to see it.
You messaged her with it?
yes.
Yeah.
Yes, after he said that poignant.
We all out here in this world, and we all got to make it happen, and ain't nothing stopping me. So, I'm very hopeful and confident.
So I turned to Kristen and said, good for him, man. Good for him. Wait, there's a little more to that story.
After this interview, Ashif sent a picture of his penis to our producer.
It's awful. It's horrible.
I bet he opened up too, real soft. He's like, hey, any idea what time the interview is going to air? I want my family to watch. Here's my junk.
Yeah. Well,
And that isn't even the most famous dong of the weekend.
The most famous dong of the weekend. I don't know that I know it.
Antonio Brown.
I heard about it. What happened exactly? Did he put it out there? Is that what he did?
Did he?
I have not seen that. Was he on social media doing that? Putting in
No, it wasn't social media.
What
He
happened?
was in a pool in the Dubai?
Yeah, I think UAB maybe.
What
Yeah.
happened?
In the UAE or something. And
Yes.
he was in a pool at a hotel
Mm-hmm.
with it out, aggressively pleasuring himself.
wow.
Antonio Brown?
Maybe.
The former
The same.
all-star?
The troubled NFL star.
Ooh, I thought maybe when you started this, I thought maybe it accidentally fell out.
He didn't fall out, no. And
he
if you
had
look
it
at
out.
the picture of him
Oh, my
was
God.
blurred,
Oh.
and many are calling it the biggest blurring in history.
Oh, is that right?
Oh, wow.
It's enormous. If you Google Antonio Brown blur,
It's shocking.
He's the blur now.
yeah,
Really?
Well, he's fighting back because people are saying, how dare you? And he also put his butt in the face of a woman, all this. And he says,
Well,
if you
wait.
wa-
How can you fight back?
well, he
I
says
wanna
if
hear
you watch
this.
the video, she's taking my trunks and walking off of them because people said she later complained. And he said, she started this. She took my swim trunks, and this was all part of it.
Man.
What?
But he's still naked in the pool, and that is a blur.
Oh, my God. Is that real?
Get out of here.
That cannot
That's
be.
a fishing pole.
That cannot be. God, when you look at that, that's
and
just
look at
unfair.
that. I mean, there are people in the pool behind him.
That is just unbelievable.
That's an aggressive move.
I cannot.
We're all out here just trying to make it.
Well,
Just trying to do
someone
what
like
we-
that can,
we're just trying to
they
do
can
what
be
we
aggressive.
Yeah. Oh, man, that is stunning.
Yeah.
Let me tell you the most stunning thing, though, and Kristen pointed this out to me as well. There is an executive from Apple.
Was.
His name is Tony Blevins. Was a high-ranking vice president at Apple, but he's been fired after a viral TikTok. He was joking with a friend. A friend came up to him. He was getting out of, or I guess a guy came up to him.
This guy does this. I've seen tons of
You
these
know
by
this guy. Okay.
Yeah.
So he was fired after he was getting out of his car, which is a Mercedes-Benz worth $500,000. And the guy comes up to him and says, hey, that's a great car. What do you do for a living? And now what he really does for a living is Apple executive. His wife or girlfriend was in the car with him in the passenger seat. She's laughing through it. These are his comments.
Good sir, your car's awesome. What do you do for a living?
I race cars, play golf, and fondle big-breasted women. But I take weekends and major holidays off.
Did you catch that? I play golf, fondle big-breasted women, but I take weekends and holidays off.
That is quite the career. I'm looking to get into that.
Well, also, if you're interested, I got a hell of a dental plan.
Okay. You do it all. You do it all. Yeah. And you participate in this activity. Thank you so much.
That's his lady friend in the car.
Bye.
Well, of course, he posted on TikTok. Some Apple employees saw it and said, hey, wait a minute. That's my boss.
That's the guy who invented the Apple Watch.
They fired him. He said, that's not who I am.
Yeah, that's a good line.
Look, we've all been jokesters.
I apologize.
We've all been jokesters.
Although, I mean, he's joking around. It's his girlfriend or whoever is having a good time with it, but
I don't know. I don't.
You don't think
they should have fired him?
You don't think they should have fired him over that?
No, I mean, I think to me it was clear he was joking around. It wasn't like he was doing this on the Apple campus or during work.
Yeah. But anytime nowadays you say something like that.
Well, you could say, if you're Apple, you say this puts the company in a
bad light.
And how are we going to attract women and other people to come work for us if this is the executive?
I mean, high-ranking official at Apple. Mm-hmm. And so immediately Tim Cook, I guess, fired him after a day, and he apologized for
So if you're that guy, Mercedes guy, boot fondler, do you switch all your stuff to Android?
I think you have to.
I think you do too.
I think they're going to take back your phone and
your iPhone,
whatever account you have.
Your MacBook Pro.
He worked at Apple for 22 years. Could afford $500,000 Mercedes. What do you say? I mean, look how it's grown in 22 years.
His car's worth $500,000.
$500,000 for the car. That's how they started with it.
Good sir, your car's awesome. What do you do for a living?
I race cars, play golf, and fondle big-breasted women.
That's your career, isn't it, Dave?
But I take weekends and major holidays off.
Okay.
Take out the dental plan. That's Dave Aiken.
Yeah, that dental plan's a ripoff.
I will tell you this. It did sound a little practiced. I don't think that's the first time he's put those words in that order.
I think you're probably right.
Could be.
Race cars, play golf, and fondle big-breasted women.
Yeah.
Lost his job for him. My goodness.
And that laugh. How does he put up with that laugh on her?
I know, really. Boy, she is.
Give him his job back.
That is quite the career. I'm looking to get into that.
Well, also, if you're interested, I got a hell of a dental plan.
Okay. You do it all. You do it all. And you participate in this activity.
She just loving it. She just loving life.